Hello everybody, Manithral here, and welcome to the weekly update video for RS3. Now this week we have the Unwelcome Guest Slayer content this week. So for those who aren't sure, the Unwelcome Guests actually, I think it's classified as a mini quest, and we will be taking on the hordes of the undead from the wilderness. But with that, also since this is part of Fort 4 and 3, we get a new guardhouse. So the guardhouse takes place, we're able to upgrade that along with some other fortifications, but there's going to be a Slayer Master now within our walls of the fort, and it's none other than Raptor. There's also going to be an exchange there, where as you kill these undead, you're able to get the bone shards and trade them into Raptor to be able to get some XP from that. But in order to start this, you'll have to have Murder on the Border done, have 10 Slayer and 50 Construction, and then meet with Overseer Civ in the fort to get started. And then the Slayer and Combat update. So there is a little bit of a changes to some of the abilities. There is 4 new targets here. So first up, we had the Bound Skeletons, which is this guy right here. And then we have the Risen Ghosts, which is the greeny goopy dude here. And then you have the Fetid Zombies, which is right here. And then you have the Armored Phantoms, which look pretty sick. Now the zombie one is level 1. The Bound Skeleton is level 1, but for a Slayer task it requires level 50. And then you have the Risen Ghost, which is the Ghost one. And then you have the Armored Phantom. Well, the Risen Ghost takes 85 Slayer, and the Armored Phantom actually takes 113 Slayer. Some of these require special ways to take them down, but they will leave that up to us to figure out. Also, please note that until May 10th, the location of the Phantoms and Ghosts will be instanced to alleviate the initial rush of players fighting in the same area. But as far as the fort goes itself, the tier 1 is 1% damage dealt on Slayer tasks, doubled on undead tasks, 2% increased elite mob spawn chance, and tier 2 is slightly 5% increased Ushapti capture rate, and 4% increased elite mob spawn chance. And tier 3 is the ultimate abilities have a 3% chance to execute non-boss Slayer targets. This does not apply to damage boosting ultimate bleed, such as like Death Swiftness, Sunshine, etc. 10% increased damage versus Slayer targets below 25% health, and a 6% chance increased elite mob spawn chance. So that's pretty awesome. It also says that please note that these bonuses do stack with the Slayer helmet bonuses, something to keep in mind of. And completing these challenges at appropriate Slayer levels, 30, 50, 90, will give you a growing 5% to 15% bonus to Slayer points earned from the Raptor tasks. So kind of something to keep in mind there. But also there's going to be the undead categories were kind of updated a little bit to help balance things out. Same with some of the moves. So Concentrate and Blast and Sonic Wave Sherry cooldown. The abilities Rack, Piercing Shot, Slice, and Punish have been improved to work better as filler abilities for each style. And they updated the Slayer categories across the game to include more creatures such as a Demo and other relevant categories, and remove some restrictions that prevent the Solve Amulet being used in the Barrows Rise of the Six. Both of those categories, Barrows and Barrows Rise of the Six. So, obviously, new monsters, there should be a little bit of new loot, right? Well, here it is. Greater Sonic Wave Ability Codex, so you can upgrade your current one. It'll still be a basic ability, and it'll have a 5-second cooldown, 40 to 160% ability damage, gain 6% accuracy on your next ability, gain plus 100 ability damage for 4.2 seconds, and it requires 75 magic. So that's pretty nice. And then we go into the Treasure Hunter calendar. So it starts April 6th and ends in April 12th. You got the Egg Hunt. The Egg Hunt returns. And April 17th ends April 13th and ends April 17th. You got Dragon's Dozen. So fill the game gems with 12 prizes to open the chest and swipe your reward. The Shadow Gem makes a return, plus the Dragon Chests have arrived to multiply the prizes. Then we have some patch notes here. So this is more into the monsters up above. Unwelcome Guests updated Undead Slayer category game-wide. Monsters will be more consistently appear in different Undead categories for the purposes of Slayer. Some of the most notable is the skeletal creatures such as skeletal wyverns are now treated as undead and will work for skeleton and undead tasks. Creatures such as banshees will work for ghosts and undead slayer tasks. Edemu will work for ghost, zombie, and undead. An older restriction preventing the use of the Solve Amulet for the Borrows has been removed. It also works in Rise of the Six. Added an Undead cluster task to Lanikia. Updated the colors of recent ability codices to differentiate from each other. Updated Rack and Piercing Shot and Slice and Punish. So Rack has a 40% to 140% ability damage now. If the target is bound or stunned, it increased by 30%. Piercing Shot hits twice. Each hit deals 35 to 55% ability damage. And if the ability is bound or stunned, the damage is increased by 30%. Slice is 75% to 115% damage. The target is bound and increases by 40%. And Punish is 50% to 100% ability damage, and if the target is below 50% health, damage is increased by 150%, and now has a 24-second cooldown. Concentrated Blast and Sonic Wave are now share a cooldown. The reasoning behind it is Magic currently had a lot of power at baseline, but it was reliant on dual wield spamming greater concentrated blasts. As a result, stabs were falling way behind dual wield. This change allows them to give some extra power to stab users with upgrades such as the greater Sonic Wave without worrying about pushing the overall power of Magic even higher. So it's kind of a Magic rebalance. To make this change, Rack with its new updates should now fit into the rotation where Sonic Wave previously sat, with minimal changes to damage output. Bone fragments have been added to the general collection log, and Greater Sonic Wave Codex has been added to the Wilderness collection log. General, the Lost Easter basket maps can now be picked up while a clue scroll is active in your inventory. The order of the Wilderness Sword teleport options has been readjusted. Teleports to Edgeville will be the first option and activate when used from the action bar. And players not eligible to receive the Pirate Plunder will no longer receive a chat message about not having enough space in your backpack. Fixed players not being able to return or earn new rewards if progress is made in a previous run of the Egg Hunt Treasure Hunter promo. Nastro's Constitution and Prayer Major Reset now requires attack, strength, range, magic, defense, and summoning to be 10 or lower, rather than 5 or lower, to accommodate players who would need to perform a minor reset to qualify for a major reset. Then we go into the community. We have some art showcases up first. So we have MK up top here, showing a very interesting outfit. Really cool looking. Kind of like a mixture of druid and mage, I want to say. And then here from Yerbear, we have a Modurette and their pet cat, if you will. A Modure cat. Actually, kind of cool. Then Ultra Kints _art has created their favorite character. They brought Arav to life. It looks pretty sick. And then we have some baked goods here from Rip _Anomaly. Oh, their sister actually made this, not them themselves, but still. Still pretty cool. We have some Eurasian themed cake on the top, but then also some rune cookies here as well. Both look absolutely awesome. And then we have one video here from Manithral RS, and this is their latest adventure as an area locked player at the whims of his Twitch chat channel. Okay, that's interesting. And in it, yeah, gives you some extra insight and some underused spells, and it might be time to bring out those spells. And then we have one from It's Mobid, continuing their Iron Man progress. Iron Man Episode 7, freestyling and exploring. So do check out these videos, guys. They have escaper screenshots. Dear Andy has found a rather beautiful spot with a nice, I believe this is Blood on the River skyline. Or skybox. And then a ledge has gone to the wrong cabbage patch with a duck right in their face. And then we have the Pink Skirt events. Do check these out. We have the Penguin Tour first with Misty. Wednesday, April 12th at 2000 game time. World 60 Edgeville Bank. FC's World 60 Pangs. Next, Angel of Death, hosted by Spotley Wolf and Nexiodamus. Date and time is Friday, April 14th, 2300 game time. World 92, God Wars Dungeon, Ancient Prison. FC is Nexiodamus. I know I say that wrong every single time. Town Square Q&A, hosted by Princess Ray, Saturday, April 15th at 2300 game time, World 3. Locations, Rock West Bank. So do check this out, the new content, guys. I will be having a guide out for it either later today or early tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later, guys.